on 3 different issues.
Is this just delusion, or do you think that he actually believes that?
Oh my God.
Hakeem Jeffries. And you guys let me know where you stand on it. All right.
The world. We have the Republicans on the run on 3 different issues.
Is this just delusion, or do you think that he actually believes that? Is this the reason why a lot of Democrats are watching their party and not trusting the leadership of it? Why the favorability rating is so low? He jumps on and says we have the Republicans on the run. Most people looking at the current state of politics right now do not look at the Democrats as having the Republicans on the run. They literally just got bullied, a lot of people would say, into passing something that they did not want to pass, according to Chuck Schumer, just to keep the government open so they wouldn't look like the hypocrites. Because we know years ago when the shoe was on the other foot, they were saying that the Republicans were so irresponsible if they were going to allow a government shutdown to happen. So he starts off saying that they have the Republicans on the run. Donald Trump just came back after losing an election. He was in court. Y'all weaponized the DOJ against him, weaponized the government against him. He still won in what a lot of people would call landslide victory, because not only did he win the Electoral College, he won the popular vote. They're in control. Y'all know what it is. It's Dak from the OG Network. And I just want to thank y'all. That's right, to thank y'all for all of your tremendous support over the years, whether you've been rocking with us from the beginning or maybe this is the first show that you're checking out on the network. We want to thank you nonetheless. And we have an ask, all right? We have a goal of reaching 20,000 subscribers by the end of March. That's right, 20K by the end of March. It's not a real goal unless you put a date on it. And with that, we need your help. So we ask that if you are enjoying the content that you like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're feeling real generous, maybe share with some friends and family. All right, I'll let y'all go. And once again, thank you for your continued support. And we look forward to growing with y'all. See y'all soon. Ew. Control the Senate. Donald Trump is sitting very well. While everybody else thinks the Democratic Party are in shambles, their leadership is so out of touch. They actually believe that they're winning something here. Like they believe that they have some type of momentum. Listen to this.
We have the Republicans on the run on 3 different issues. 3 different issues. We have them on the run with respect to the economy. Donald Trump and House Republicans promised that they were going to lower the high cost of living. But instead, costs haven't gone down.
He may not have gotten the updated numbers because based on the numbers that we showed on the show last week, the prices of eggs have gone down. Now, you could say for this reason or another reason, it's because Biden, when he had to get rid of the kill a lot of chickens because the bird flu. Okay, I get all that. But based on what we showed on the cost of groceries, as well as the inflation, both showed positive turns. And I believe those were presented by CNN, which is obviously a more liberal leaning platform. So I don't know where he's getting his information. I don't know if it's updated or not, but for some reason, there seems to be a certain level of just these leaders being completely out of touch. When it comes to what they're reporting, it seems like they'll just say any and everything and think that a certain group of people will believe in them. And I think that they are misjudging things right now. It's one thing to get behind a president as you're rallying against Donald Trump in a presidential election. But right now, nobody's running. So a lot of these people that just will blindly vote Democrat just to do anything other than Trump, they're questioning things right now. And they're using the same tactics as if they can just say Kamala Harris is black. We're Donald Trump is a Nazi. Vote Democrat.
They've gone up. Inflation is going up. Why? Because Donald Trump and Republicans haven't been focused on doing anything to lower the high cost of living. Not a single bill, not a single executive action, not a single administrative order. We, as House Democrats, have to make sure we forcefully make the case to everyday Americans that we are trying to build an affordable economy. We know that costs are too high, and we know that people are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck, and that should never happen in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. We got to hold the line as it relates to the economic narrative, and we see that Trump's poll numbers are collapsing in that regard.
All right, that's not consistent with what even the liberal platforms are presenting. That's not consistent. We just showed, I believe, didn't the last video that we just showed the direction of the country, and how people are more so believing in the direction right now based on Donald Trump's leadership than their confidence in the Democratic Party and the direction of the country and what it was when Joe Biden was president? I don't know. I don't know, Hakeem. I don't know. All right, let's keep going. So this is the other video that I was talking about, where this Medicaid, Social Security, it keeps getting brought up. It keeps getting brought up. Let me ask y'all this. If it's shown that Donald Trump, the way that they're only focusing on this, think about it from this standpoint. The Democratic leaders are only focusing on, they're banking on telling people that Donald Trump is cutting Medicaid benefits and he's cutting Social Security. That Donald Trump is stealing your money, right? Elon Musk is stealing your money. That's the sign that they held up in Donald Trump's address to Congress. If that's not true, what will the Democrats be running on? If that's not true, are the Democrats going to come out and say, oh, wait, actually, he didn't cut Medicaid? Isn't that going to, if it's not true, now, who knows? Donald Trump may change his mind. He may be lying. Who knows? But if it comes out that Donald Trump does not indeed cut Social Security, take away your Medicaid benefits, if he doesn't touch those things, then don't we have to look at Democrats and say, like, damn, y'all thought that Donald Trump was putting something together where he was saving so much money that you thought that he had to be cutting Medicaid benefits. You thought he had to be cutting Medicare, had to be cutting Social Security because he's proposing saving so much money. If he doesn't, what does that say about Trump, and what does that say about the lack, I don't even know what I would say as far as the Democrats lacking. I would say maybe it just shows that Donald Trump is working with one of the greatest businessmen that we have in Elon Musk, and that maybe it's a smart thing to have a guy like Elon Musk on your team who's able to go in and do what a lot of the previous presidents said they were going to do and make the government more efficient. Get rid of a lot of these bureaucrats that are not working. Us save a lot of the money that we're putting towards taxes. And we're going to look at another video later on, I believe, that shows where some of our tax money is going towards, even when it comes to China and paying back the loan and the debt that we have owed to China. I don't know, but let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the video. You guys give me your thoughts, and we'll go from there.
Republicans are lying. Prove me wrong.
You say Democrats are lying when they say you're going to cut Medicaid.
Republicans are lying to the American people about Medicaid.
He doesn't want to cut Medicaid benefits for anybody, and we don't either. I don't either. We're not going to do that. That's not part of this plan, and the Democrats have been lying about it, and so it's important for us to clarify that.
Mr. President, the spending bill that passed last night aims to cut $2 trillion. Right. Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, you shouldn't be asking me that question, okay? This will not be read my lips. It won't be read my lips anymore. We're not going to touch it. Now, we are going to look for fraud.
Thank you. So Republicans have been very adamant that Medicaid will not be gutted by this budget resolution. Where or what is the proof that Medicaid will be gutted by it, if there is any?
Republicans are lying to the American
Who knows what to believe?
People about Medicaid. The Republican budget authorizes up to $880 billion in cuts to Medicaid.
All this attention is being paid to Medicaid because that's the Democrats' talking point. We're talking about a massive piece of legislation that looks at all of the fraud, waste, and abuse across the government.
You say Democrats are lying when they say you're going to cut Medicaid. The plan that you passed does instruct the House Energy and Commerce Committee to find $880 billion in cuts, right?
That's right. That's one of the
And
committees.
so how did they get
Caitlin,
$880 billion in cuts from that committee without touching Medicaid?
That's
because
the question.
ENC has it actually has the broadest jurisdiction of any committee in Congress. It covers everything, energy and commerce. You know, the name indicates how broad the jurisdiction is. I challenge you or anybody on your staff, do a word search for Medicaid on the resolution that we passed last night. You will not find it. That is not part of this equation, okay? We're talking about finding efficiencies in every program, but not cutting benefits for people who rightly deserve that.
The Republican budget.
Y'all get the point. We don't need to keep playing more and more videos on that. It's just the back and forth. And this is maybe why a lot of us are not confident in the country right now in the direction that we're moving in, because we don't even know what to believe. We don't know what to believe. Do we think so? We just heard the speaker, pretty much call out Caitlin Collins and say, like, hey, I challenge you and anybody on your staff to go do a word search of Medicaid in the resolution that they just passed. Now, does that mean that, could they have cut something without using the words? I guess possibly. But the main point that I want to make is that if nobody on her staff as a journalist, if she's not going to actually look into that, I'm asking the same question, right? So I guess I gotta, now if I'm throwing myself in that journalist chair, I have to do my due diligence. I have to figure out how maybe I'm gonna do my word search. Matter of fact, I will do a word search of the new resolution. But that's kind of where it goes back to the title of this show. Is it too much information? Are we kind of being overwhelmed with all this information, everybody's opinion, including mine? Rather than us just actually looking at the stuff that they're passing, to the point where now we have journalists who are getting called out, and he did it in a nice way. He didn't really call her out, but he's like, have you even read the resolution? That's what I heard from it. Go through the resolution. You're asking me all these questions about Medicaid, what's going to be cut, Social Security, is Elon Musk stealing my money? Did you actually read the resolution? So I guess I got to take my own advice. So I'll definitely look into that. I'll do the word search. I can't say that I'm going to read the whole thing, but I'll definitely do the word search. All right. So next video. So we were just talking about when it comes to our money and what's being spent tax-wise. I thought this was an interesting video, and I think that this plays very well into the overall view on tariffs and why tariffs, and maybe I'll play that video next with Bill Maher, where this lady, I believe she was a former Democrat, and not that means anything, right? It is what it is, but she was schooling him on. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.